Alright, hi everyone. It's time for the annual look at the Kentucky Derby horses. Now, sometimes the first few years that I've broadcasted it, I picked a lot of winners. Last couple of years, the astrology hasn't worked. So nothing works all the time. This is just one more thing that you can add to your workout. You should still do the handicapping and all that other stuff. But this is just a little fun thing that I learned how to do years ago, and it does work out a lot of times. So first of all, I'm doing it in a different setup because where my computer is, it's really hard to do anything in there anymore because I have a lot of noise in the neighborhood. So I'm in a place where I can do it. We're just going to write it on the paper and we're going to look up the horses here. There is no planet-to-planet aspect happening, which is a big thing that you would look at in the astrology. There is nothing happening that day. But there is a Capricorn moon. So that's one of the things, the biggest factor, I think, is we're going to look at is some Capricorn type of names, which I'll explain in a second. There is an aspect that was a few days early of Mars conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So that again reinforces the Capricorn, and that's still present somewhat. That's still present somewhat, that Mars-Pluto. The other thing, at the time, the race goes off at 6:34 post time, 6:46 is when they run. At that time, the last aspect at that time is at, there will be a moon conjunct Pluto at 5 o'clock. So there again is Pluto. So Pluto is strong. We might look for some Pluto. Last aspect is moon conjunct Pluto. The next aspect coming up, planet to planet, would be the next day on the 6th, where we have a Sun-Neptune. So we'll take that into consideration. But first let's start with Capricorn, because that's it. Pluto's in Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricorn energy. The moon's in Capricorn that day. Capricorn has to do with success, business, striving to be the top of the mountain, work, career. These are all the energies that are associated with Capricorn, the goat, who likes the view from the top of the mountain the most. There's also a couple of Pluto comes into play more than once. Pluto is power, death and rebirth. Pluto is death and restructuring, big changes, powerful. So we're going to look for some, let's just go through the names real quick, what we've got here. These first few, I like them anyway. I got to write them down. I always play these mystical name ones. Magnum Moon, I love that name. I love Good Magic. I'm just writing those down just because I like the name and they're cool, not necessarily Audible. Well, see, Audible could be too. I'm going to put a little, I like that because I'm a musician. I'm going to put a little tick by that because of the Neptune. Neptune is music. Noble Indie. Now that could possibly be a Capricorn. Noble. Yeah, the nobles were the higher class, that could be, I'll put Cap, over here. Vino Rossi, Bolt d'Oro, I'm not sure what that means. Enticed. Pluto, Neptune a little bit. I'm going to put that down here a little bit. Enticed, and I'm going to put Pluto, Neptune by it. Mendelssohn Own, Justify. That sounds like a good Capricorn. I'll put that with Cap. Flame Away. Now, if there were a lot of fire aspects, we would totally be playing, the Flame Away, but there is not. Salamini. Bravazzo. That's kind of like Leo. My Boy Jack. Promises Fulfilled, possibly, because Capricorns are really big on that. Like they're all, like, you keep your word, Lone Sailor. Again, a little bit because of the sea goat, and Capricorns are kind of, can be a little bit away from people, the lone part. Also the sailor, because we have the Neptune coming up there, Again, there's this fire thing, fire frenzy. Combatant, now that's Pluto for sure. And the Mars Pluto, the war, combatant, I should say. I'm going to put Mars Pluto. Instilled Regard. That could be a little bit of a Capricorn too. Boy, we're getting a long list here. We're going to narrow it down. Instilled Regard for Capricorn. Regard. Blended Citizen. Re-Ride. Dream Baby Dream. That's totally Neptune. But that's really the next day. I don't know how much we're going to put that as a thing. Restoring Hope, Sporting Chance, Give Me a Mint, Pony Up. Okay, so these first few I just like because I like the name. I would definitely, if I go to bed, I don't know if I will because it's hard. I went one year to the casino. I ended up winning like $500-600, but it was just so packed and it was hard. I don't like to be in, to win $500. I don't know if it's worth going through the mobs at the casinos, but I would just, because I'm just, like those magical things stand out to me and I just pick them. I would pick these two, and I would also pick Audible. Okay, so these Neptune ones, I'm going to put Neptune little ticks on the other side. Neptune here, and Audible's a Neptune. Those are kind of which is this, and this one, Entice too. These are kind of Neptunian and kind of not as strong. It's an upcoming aspect. Justify is very strong. Now, 100 total points. I don't understand. Where's the odds? Let's find out the as of today. That changes, by the way. The odds change. They move as people bet. It doesn't. It's not always the same. Because I want to see. I don't know that there would be a big upset with the Capricorn moon. Usually, if there's going to be a big upset, it's some kind of Uranus thing. Now, Uranus is getting ready to go into Taurus, but that's not a real strong thing here. Okay, here's Forbes's the odds. Continued article, yes. I think that. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice list of all the odds. Okay, so what's this Justify? It's 4-1, so it's its favorite as of today. I'm recording this on April 30th, Monday. Good Magic. Noble Indie. Noble Indie really stands out to me too. Didn't I write that down? Yeah, I did. It's up here, and it's kind of a long shot right today. 20-1. Okay, you can go away. Bravazzo, Restoring Hope. Lone Sailor's a long shot, 50-1. That's Neptune and Capricorn, though. So I like Noble Indie and I like Justify. Let's see. Dream Baby Dream's 100-1, so that's a huge long shot. Let's see here. Instilled Regard, did I write that down? Yeah, that's definitely Capricorn. Also a really long shot. Restoring Hope. Entice. Let's see. Promise Fulfilled. Where's that at? Promise. I don't know that it's going to be a long shot. I don't know. Oh, it's 33-1. It's a long shot. I'll just put LS for long shot. Dream Baby Dream, long shot. What's this? Instilled. What is it again? Instilled Regard is also a long shot. I may still keep that in though, because that's a very strong Capricorn thing. Combatant. What about Combatant? Kind of a long shot at 40-1 too. Okay. Based just on the astrology, my two picks are Noble Indie and Justify. I also like Lone Sailor because of the that was a long shot too. Yeah, 50-1. What about Promises Fulfilled? Promises Fulfilled. Why am I not spotting that one? There it is. That's 33-1. That's kind of a strong one too. Okay. Based just on the astrology though, I'm going to go with Promises Fulfilled. I mean, yeah, it's funny that I just said that even though I wasn't trying to. Okay. Noble Indie and Justified are the two strongest to me as far as Capricorn goes. Lone Sailor is also a Capricorn with the sea goat. That's kind of strong. So I like Justify. I like Noble Indie. Lone Sailor. And then I would just put these other ones, these three, because I just like the names. Magnum Moon. I think that's so cool. Good Magic. I mean, how could you not play Good Magic if you're into mystical stuff? And then Audible, just because it's a musician. But there's also a Neptune thing. But the three based on the astrology that are the strongest would be these three. And then maybe Promises Fulfilled if you were going to do the I forget what that's called. Not the trifecta, but when you play the four, the top four. So if I were doing a trifecta, I would do these three. If I were doing the, I forget what you call it when you play the four, I would play those four. And me personally, I would just put these in because I just relate to the things here. But these are this is the whole list of, from here down, that have any kind of potential astrological bearing. Noble, Indy, enticed, justified, promises fulfilled, lone sailor, combatant, instilled righteousness, or I'm not sure what it says, I can't read my own writing, and dream, baby, dream. These are the strongest with the astrology. Now, if you really wanted to get into it, you could actually run the chart. Probably at 6 p.m.-ish, it's going to be somewhere in Scorpio Ascendant. I didn't run the chart. You could also get into looking at the jockeys and the horses themselves and look at their astrology. Anybody a Capricorn? Anybody a Capricorn? Are these jockeys or these horses? Any of them Capricorns? If you want to go deeper, you know, and look that up, that could be a Capricorn's day to win, you know. So look for that. And if somebody does take it deeper and wants to post that, please post it in the comments for everybody. The third thing we can look at, as far as just using the names, is the farms that they were raised on and stuff like that. I mean, I guess we could, I don't know. Let me see here if I can, let me look at these. There's a way that they would all list like more details. Let me just look at, like, let's just pick one, Audible. It should say what farm he was raised on and everything. Owner, Windstar Farm, China Horse Club International. So that's not really anything Capricornian. You know, you can just go through like that. Noble Indy, open a new tab. Windstar Farm again. Okay. Well, Windstar Farm is sure in the game, aren't they? This is Vino Rosa, which had really no other connections. Repulse Stables, yeah. So sometimes, like, the name of the stables or the owner might be some kind of Capricorn name that sounds like career-oriented, you know, righteous. You know, that's all a Capricorn thing. Hardworking, determined, you know, those kind of things. So if you want to take it deeper, you can do that. This is getting a little long. But my picks, based just on astrology, is these three. Justify, Noble, Indy, and Lone Sailor. And then that Promises Fulfilled, too. But I also like these just because of the cool names of them. So if I were betting, I'd do my trifecta with those three, and I'd box it so it could come in any way, and I'd do my pick four like that. So please, if anybody does want to look into it further, look up the jockeys, the farms, all that, please do post it in the comments so other people can share in the knowledge. And I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is, again, is just another aspect to look into, a little bit of extra on the side kind of thing to look into. You can't determine everything. Some years it's right on, some years it's not. It's just a little extra fun thing to add to your workout if you're really into it, okay? Okay. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next year with the next report, hopefully. Bye.